Tuberculosis and HIV are two very important diseases in prisons, which is why researching and discussing case finding is crucial, especially in the country's prisons. For this reason, a clinical guideline was written in September 2012. And then in 2013 it was updated based on the existing evidence. And in that same year it was extracted from the operational guidelines. Finally, the correctness of the executive instructions was extracted from it. This plan improved the TB indicators. We examined the incidence of tuberculosis in prison compared to population and the community. In our study, the incidence of tuberculosis in prison was 31 times the incidence of tuberculosis in the community, with a confidence interval of 16 to 58 times, which shows how essential active disease detection is in prison, especially for key tuberculosis. If we identify patients, we can prevent the disease from spreading to other prisoners, to the prisoners' families, and to the community after they are released. Regarding HIV indicators, both the pilot and expansion phases were very promising, and the colony led to an increase in the index. The indicators of TB and HIV in the country's prisons have improved. In continuation of this work, we published a series of articles from the pilot phase itself and expanded the pilot phase itself into a book. In this phase, we covered all the steps that exist for TB and HIV, from diagnosis, which included active disease detection. We have included the discussion of TB and HIV treatment care and follow-up after discharge in both the protocol or clinical guidelines and in the executive instructions section, and we have followed up after discharge. We even provided telephone follow-up in the form of consultations, and we also trialed follow-ups with incentives or rewards as a research project and in continuation of our work, which showed that counseling after release from prison can be very useful in order for the environment to continue its services. The rehabilitation centers that exist outside the prison. Another brilliant result of this project has been adherence to treatment, both in the case of active tuberculosis and in the case of non-TB and in the case of HIV. In this pilot project of ours, about 93% of patients adhered to treatment, which shows that they were able to improve both in TB and HIV indicators. And for the first time, we introduced HIV treatment. In fact, we are correctly implementing the therapy. This means that we can implement direct supervision and treatment, or direct supervision and medication consumption in prisons. This was the first time it was executed in the country, and as I mentioned, the results showed a significant increase in treatment adherence.